Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Comment ça va? Bonjour. S'il vous plaît, je vous remercie. Merci beaucoup. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Je vous vois. Oui, je suis meilleur que toi. Vrai, vrai. Bonjour, Diri. Comment ça va? Je m'appelle Victoria Sautee, je suis une jeune fille et je suis également votre hôte aujourd'hui pour l'émission d'aujourd'hui, Let's Learn Stuff. J'espère que vous apprécierez le spectacle, les faits, les invités et les jeux. Pensez-vous que je suis jolie? Pensez-vous que je sais même ce que je dis en ce moment? Lundi, mardi, mercredi, 1, 2, 3. Je parle français. Je sais vraiment que le spectacle commence. Let's learn stuff.
That's right.
If you're stuck inside and you need some fun, she's the grande dame of getting it done.
Let's learn stuff.
With Victoria Sautee.
Well, hello there, everyone. Or should I say, bonjour, bonjour, mes amis. It's so lovely to be here in the glittery bunker. I'm feeling rather glittery today. I've got all my accoutrement. I feel like a curbside jewelry store. That's right. Come on over and I'll sell you any of these little bubbles, bangles, and beads. I will, because it's one of those days. Today's show is very French, darling. It's sponsored by the letter V, and the letter V stands for our word of the day. Voila! Voila! Voila, voila. That's right, voila. It's an expression. That's right, it's an expression. Voila! It expresses satisfaction. It expresses approval. That's right. Voila, there it is. It's wonderful. Let's use it in a sentence today. I cooked all day in the kitchen and voila, there's your dinner. How's that for voila? Or I cut fresh flowers and I put them in a vase. Voila! There they are. Now, sometimes you hear people saying, voila! But I'd like to say, voila! I think it sounds more French, doesn't it? Have we any French people out there who can tell me how you're meant to say the word voila? I like the voix, don't you? I do, I really do. Could you use it in a sentence, darling? Could you turn to your mum and say, voila, mum, here's the mess in my room. You probably could, darling. So let's learn stuff today all about France, shall we? It's a lovely country. It's a romantic country. It's a country everybody likes to go to, don't they? And in fact, it's considered, next to the United States, the most popular country to visit. Isn't that lovely? It is. That I would like to visit there. In fact, one day I did. I visited there and I liked it very much. The French people were very lovely. They were très jolis, which means they were very beautiful. They were. So when you can't talk about France without first saying France. Now, I just want to talk about that for a moment, darling. Do you say France or France? France? France. I think in everyday life I say France. But on this show I'm going to say France because it sounds better, I think. I think it does. You can't talk about that country, whether it's France or France, without talking about the Eiffel Tower. There it is, the Eiffel Tower, which was invented by a gentleman named Gustave Eiffel. Isn't that crazy? In 1889 for the World's Fair. And this was the sort of a centerpiece of the World's Fair, I would think, and all the other attractions all around it. That's how I picture it. That's what I like to think. It means it's sometimes called the Iron Lady. Isn't it just lovely? And you can walk up it, you can climb up it and go to various little observation decks there. And I believe somewhere in here you could have your lunch there at the Jules Verne restaurant, couldn't you? Yes, you could. Well, what do I have? I don't know. I'll have something French. What do you have on the menu that's French? Well, everything, darling. The Eiffel Tower. Now, also, nearby the Eiffel Tower is a very famous landmark. It's a museum, darling. It's the Louvre. The Louvre. And you see, it was a large, beautiful palace that they turned into a museum. Do you see this little glass pyramid here? That's how you go in. you go in the glass pyramid and you escalate. You escalate down to a lower level, and all the museum and all its lovelies are underneath there. You can't go to Paris without visiting the Louvre, where you might find the Mona Lisa. She's in there. That's where she lives. She's like, I'm inside there. And you also find Venus de Milo, who looks like she's had some sort of surgery there, hasn't she? I wonder what happened to her. She's beautiful, whatever. And you'll also find Liberty leading the people, the very famous Delacroix painting of the French Revolution. You see, there she is. She's leading the people. That's Liberty in the middle with the flag. And she's leading the people, which is why it's called Liberty Leading the People. And does it put you in mind of something, darling? You showbiz folks, I bet you it looks like Les Miserables. That's right, Les Miserables. A French story, a lovely French story about the Revolution. Did any of you see it on the Broadway? I did. I'll never forget that. All the scenes revolved on a big turntable, and one scene after the other came around, and then it came around, and then it came around. I needed a shave by the end of the show. It's a very long novel, and they didn't leave a word out. They didn't. They left it all in there. Now, nearby the Louvre, you will find Notre Dame. That's right, here it is here. Do you know that building? That is the Cathedral de Notre Dame. It took 100 years to build this building, darling. 100 years, that's right. And unfortunately, it had a little accident recently, and hopefully it won't take another 100 years to build it back, darling. You know this building, don't you? Yes, of course you know it from the novel and the movie and the Disney film, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. He lived right inside this building. If you watch the animated feature, you'll see this building portrayed there. It was built on a sacred lot of land there. And you know something lovely about that? You probably remember in the movie, there's all the bells that the Hunchback rings. That's his job, to ring the bell. Those bells all have names. They do. The bells right up in here. They have names like Marie and Gabrielle and Etienne. Yes, they've all named them. Isn't that lovely? Etienne, ring your bell, will you? Those bells up there are quite heavy. They weigh 2 tons apiece. That's amazing, isn't it? Now, also, we can't talk about France without talking about the Riviera. There it is, the French Riviera. It's a lovely place to visit. It's called the Côte d'Azur, the coast of blue, and you can see the lovely blue water. It really looks like that, darling. But I was there on a rainy day, and it was quite dreary to me. But still, it's a lovely 550 miles of villages and boats and quaint little shops and stores and beaches and tourists, everything one could want when you visit France. It has some lovely towns. There's Nice, which is nice. I was in Nice, and it was very nice. It was lovely in Nice. There's Monaco, and there's Cannes. Cannes is where you see the Cannes France Film Festival. Yes, you go all the way there and you watch some movies and you say, wasn't that something? And then you never hear from those movies again. That's right. Also, something very French. This one again is for your mum and dad, is champagne. That's right. Champagne is very France. In fact, what champagne is, darling, have you ever seen this on your New Year's Eve? Mum has a little bottle of that and she says it's ginger ale. It's not. It's actually a wine that a gentleman named Don Perignon decided he would put some yeast and some sugar in, and it turned into champagne. Yes, it's a very bubbly drink, sort of like ginger ale. I would say it's like ginger ale. That's right. And you know, in each bottle of champagne, there are 49 million bubbles. That's right. Now, what I want to know is who measured those bubbles? Who sat there and emptied out a bottle and counted them? How could he possibly count them that quickly? Or was it a woman? Who counted those bubbles? Who made the champagne? I don't know. Now, also, in France, we have the lovely cheese. This is Brie, darling. It's Brie. And we call it Brie because the region that they make it in is named Brie. It's amazing. How did they figure that out? Now, Brie is a soft cheese. It's a cow's milk cheese, I believe, and it has a rind. You see the white on it? It's sort of like, I don't know, like taffy or bubble gum. I don't know what it's like, but you can eat it. You can, and you can eat Brie. You can eat Brie 3 meals a day. Brie is lovely on your toast in the morning. You could use it as a condiment on your sandwich. You could have it for dinner. You could put it next to some fruit and it'd be a lovely dessert. They think of everything, the French, don't they? Brie! Now, unfortunately, there's some things that we think about as being French that they're not French at all. I'm sorry, but they're not, darling. They aren't. Let's start with the French horn. Now, the French horn was actually invented by two German men in Germany. That's right. They were in Germany and they invented this horn in the 1500s, and it was used for hunting. I'm not really sure how they used it for hunting. I wonder if they blew it and then all the other animals would run in a different direction. I don't know, but it was invented by the hunters in Germany. But for some reason, we call it the French horn. Here's one of my favorites, darling. I can't go along without these. French fries, of course. You know what French fries are, darling. You probably think they're from France. They're not from France at all. No, they're not from France. They're from Belgium. Now, what happened was, after World War I, the soldiers were out there. They were out there, and they were in Belgium, and they were eating these fried potatoes. But since the people in Belgium spoke French, I call them French fried potatoes. French fries. That's right. And they're lovely. Ah, isn't that wonderful? Do you know, when you eat them from McDonald's, you get 50 French fries in a package. Isn't that amazing? I think I ate all 50 of them. And McDonald's sells 9 million pounds of French fries every day. Where do they get those potatoes from? Now, here's something that we all think is very French. French dressing, right? No, it's not from France. It's from here, I'm afraid to say. The good people at Campbell's Soup had a lot of extra tomato soup one year. Yes, they did. And so they mixed it up with some mayonnaise and whatnot, and they bottled it and called it French dressing. At random, darling. They could have called this any country's dressing, but they chose France. Maybe somewhere in your house you have a French door. It's not from France, it's from Italy. But it kind of sounds wrong, doesn't it? Mother, open the Italian door, will you? Open the French door. It just sounds better. I'm sorry, but it does. Maybe you're out there, one of the ladies out there watching today, or maybe one of the gentlemen, and you've got in your hair a French braid. Do you? Well, it's not French, darling. It's not. It's actually should be called an African braid. But in 1871, there was a short story with an illustration of a woman with her hair like this. And it took place in France. And since then, we've called it the French braid. But it's African. Here's a lovely story about something that we all think is French, the beret. Yes, the beret. Isn't that lovely? We think of it as being French. Well, it's not. It's been around in ancient times, in medieval days. People wore these, but mainly shepherds and farmers. In the 1800s, the artists of France, the poets, the songwriters, they all revolted against the country, and they said, we're not going to dress the way everyone else dresses. We'll teach them. We'll dress like the shepherds. Let's put on berets. And that's how that became a thing, darling. It did. Anytime you see an artist, they're always wearing one of these. Well, they're just sheep farmers, if you ask me. I couldn't wake up in the morning without one of these. It's a croissant. That's right. It's a lovely croissant. It's a pastry from Vienna. It's not French. How about this, darling? Look at how lovely. Do you think it's lovely? I don't know how I feel about it. It's a French poodle, darling. That's right. But French poodles are actually German. They should be called German poodles. They come in 3 sizes: standard, miniature, and toy. Although a toy poodle is actually real. It's not a toy. But it's also not French either. Aha! French toast. Yes, French toast. It's not really French, I'm afraid to say, no. It's the ancient Romans who first took their bread and dipped it in egg, fried it in butter, and I don't know what they called it. They probably didn't call it French toast, but we're going to say that it's French toast. And if I wanted the best French toast, if I wanted it, I would call on my friend Michelle at the corner brunch. Let's bring her on. Michelle, are you there?
Hi. Hello, Victoria.
Hello there, Michelle. How are you today?
Good. I'm excited to be here.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm excited to have you on. You look lovely.
Thank you.
And there you are inside the Corner Brunch. Could you tell us a little bit about your little place there?
Well, we've been here 24 years. My husband and I started with very basic things, and now we are a gourmet brunch place.
Gourmet?
And, yeah,
That's a French word, isn't it?
with lots of different French toasts. We're really well known for some of them. So,
Can you give us a sampling of some of the French toast?
yes. Well, of course, everyone sells plain French toast, and our version is on French bread.
Ooh,
Dropping on with there.
on the floor now, darling, isn't it? It's beautiful.
French bread, which gives it a little more thickness to it.
Those
And
French are thick.
what we do with French toast, though, we like to do a lot of different stuffed French toasts. So we have a apple cinnamon raisin and cream cheese one here. Woo,
Look at that. Delicious.
and we do a lot of different ones: strawberry, banana, and peaches and cream. But these are what we're well known for, and they make it just more scrumptious, I guess. We also have right now. I have to tell you about our new boxes for pickup.
I want to hear about them.
Plain French toast, but then when you get the box home, it comes with I don't know if we can see all these goodies to decorate.
Oh my goodness!
Your French.
It's like a little salad bar of French toast goodness.
Oh yeah, lots of fun things: Oreos and marshmallows and lots of fun things. And the best part, the can of whipped cream. So
And that comes with it, Michelle.
when you get the box on our website, delivery or pickup right now, we are doing a box that includes French toast and all these different things with it to decorate, and a few pancakes.
It's very interactive of you. It is.
Yes, we
Now,
love French toast.
How did you get started in the restaurant business?
I took culinary arts when I was really young for a few years. And I was in my young 20s when I met my husband, and he worked in restaurants through college. He used to actually be in the business world, but we just wanted to do something for ourselves. We were young and had a lot of energy. So we found this great spot in Milford, right downtown. And we've been so lucky to be here.
And you're still young, Michelle. You are.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Thank you.
you have a rather renowned restaurant there. You do. I believe that Yelp put you in the top 20 brunches. Is that correct?
Yes.
And
number
Connecticut
19.
Magazine put you there, and People Magazine. Is that correct?
Yes. It's unbelievable to us too, but we made People Magazine for #1 brunch in Connecticut. And we're 19 in the country for brunch and Travel and Leisure Magazine. It's unreal. It's surreal to us. So,
And I believe I saw you on the telly on the Food Network.
yes. I feel like when you say it out loud, it's just unreal. But yeah, we were very fortunate. A lot of years of work and doing what we love. So it's nice when these things pop up. I'm turning red, I think.
And you're located right there in downtown Milford. Is that a fact?
Yeah, right across from the town hall, right next to Sweet Caucasians here. And so you can get brunch and a cupcake next door. But we are right across from the town hall near the duck pond.
And now you can order food these days online and pick it up. That's
yes,
correct.
it's much easier to go online ahead of time, put your order in. We're doing pickup through our website, thecornerbrunch.com. And we also have order ahead for the boxes. And I forgot, I wanted to talk about the gift cards. If you're looking for something for Mother's Day, I just decorated some new papers here. So
Lovely.
But I heard even where in New Orleans, where French toast is really popular, I heard they put bourbon or even your champagne in there for mom and dad in the batter. which would be a fun thing to do at home.
I think I'll keep my champagne on the side, Michelle.
Yeah.
Now, besides all the sweets and the lovely French toast, do you have another dish there, a savory dish that you particularly like?
Yeah, our signature dish, the one that made Food Network, it's our duck brunch. It's a mildly South Indian spice pulled duck. It's wrapped in a bacon layer tortilla with scrambled eggs and a little bit of mild cheese, and then it's it's cooked. I wish I had it here. I didn't make it, but it's perfection. It's unbelievable. It's a little spicy, so if you don't like that sweet morning, it's definitely gives you a kick. And there are a bunch of kids that eat that too. They come back and they love it. And if you like
wonderful
little something different, that one's famous. That one is our baby.
It's just wonderful. Thank you, Michelle, for coming on and talking all about the corner brunch today. We love to see you. And we wish you all the best. And you have a lovely week. Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna go eat this now.
I'm jealous. Goodbye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Oh, Michelle, that's just so lovely. Just got me all hungry now. And of course, that means it's time to get crafty. Ooh. I've got a craft here today. It's going to be especially messy. It's going to be de sauterelle, I believe you say in France. I hope we have some French people there out there watching. We're going to make the Eiffel Tower. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make an edible Eiffel Tower. And we're going to be using some marshmallow fluff. Marshmallow fluff is gluten-free, it's fat-free. There's actually nothing in it but chemicals. But it's delicious, it really is. It's very sticky. It smells like peanut butter in there. I wonder why, darling. And then we have some lovely wafer cookies. You know what these are, these little wafer cookies? And doing some research, they might just be French. I don't know for sure, but they just might be French. I've got some strawberry ones and some chocolate ones, and we're going to assemble these into the Eiffel Tower. That's right. So what we have to do is we have to get, I've cut them in different various shapes, and you just take your first one, and a little dollop of the marshmallow fluff, which serves as the most delicious glue in the world. And you just plop it on there. And then you, I need some more glue. I need some more sticky glue. There we have it here. Some sticky glue. And we'll put it on there. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, if I stand it up, you won't see it until I get another layer on there. And let's see if we have another one here. It's just a lovely little treat. And if you don't want to use marshmallow fluff, or if I've just had a little crash, I might want to use some toothpicks on this one. It's an architectural feat of engineering. It is when you do it. Look at I'm all sweet is what I am. But you could use, if you don't have the marshmallow fluff handy, you could use some peanut butter. That's right. You could use peanut butter. That's fairly sticky, isn't it? Or you could use some cream cheese. That has a nice, oh, look at that. You can't really see it. No, unfortunately, my little glittery bunker is not set up for this quite right. But I have one that I did earlier, darling. I'm going to show you now. Here it is. It's the Eiffel Tower, made all out of wafer cookies, marshmallow fluff, and look, I even did a little toothpick at the top with the flag representing France or France, whichever. I just need a quick little clean up here, darling. I do. I'm a mess is what I am. Here's a photograph that inspired me. When I was looking for a photograph of the Eiffel Tower to show you today, this came up and I thought, oh, that's lovely. Let's make those. Let's learn stuff. Let's learn crafts that we can later eat. And after this show today, I am going to eat that Eiffel Tower. I am. All right, darling. Let me get all ready for the next part of the show. I have something fun all cooked up for you. We're going to play. We're going to play. Where is it? The French match game. That's right. Now there are prizes. There are prizes for all of you For those of you who match, I'm going to, just like the TV show match game, I'm going to hold up a little sentence and you have to fill in the blank. That's right, you fill in the blank, and if you match me, if you match Victoria Sautee, you could win a very special prize, and I'll see that you get it via the U.S. mail. That's right, all right. Let's start the game, shall we? And I know there's a little bit of a delay. I'll take my time. But here we go with the French match game. All right. The first one is blank perfume. Blank perfume. So you just need to fill in the blank, and I'm going to write down what I feel that would be. I've got a good one. Mine was quite simple. Blank perfume. Let's see. Has anyone filled it out yet? Let's see what we have. All right. Chemical season. All right. Adieu. Pardon me. We have Barbara says French perfume. Shelley says stinky perfume. Emma says, eau de perfume. Yes. Oh, Emma Laplace. I imagine you're French, aren't you, Emma? Maybe. Oh, we have Justin says eau de parfum. Joe says cheap perfume. Who else has a match from our perfume clue? Blank perfume. I don't have a match yet. I'll wait another moment for those of you who are still making up your mind while we listen to the lovely Edith Piaf jingle in the background. She was French, I believe. All right, we'll go on with the show, and the answer that I selected was sappy perfume. You know when you leave perfume out for too long and it just starts to harden? Sappy perfume was my answer. All right, let's go on with another one. Here we go. Gigi is a neat freak. Whenever she takes her poodle for a walk, she makes sure the dog is wearing blank. Gigi is a neat freak. Whenever she takes her poodle for a walk, she makes sure the dog is wearing blank. I'll answer mine. Here we go. Diapers. She makes sure the dog is wearing diapers. Now that's a neat freak for sure, Emma. It is. Paige says galoshes. Yeah, that's a fancy way of saying boot, isn't it? Oh, John says a hairnet. We have booties, shoes, slippers, gloves. Oh, I haven't seen the answer that I selected yet. I wonder what it is. Do you wonder? I'll tell you. The answer for the day is plastic. She makes sure the dog is wearing plastic. You know how some people like to put plastic over their furniture? Or their slip cover? Yes, or plastic. Not a match, I'm sorry. Here's another one for you. Here we go. I had dinner at a French restaurant last night. Right after I finished eating, I blank. I had dinner in a French restaurant last night. Right after I finished eating, I blank. Let's see. I've got mine, I think. All right, I got mine. Right after I finished eating dinner, I burped. We have another burp. We have burped. We have unbuttoned my trousers. Isn't that right? Oh, I wish I could do that, but I'm wearing a dress. What else? Who else has an answer? Politely. That's right. Very politely. Of course, you're in a French restaurant. I had a dinner at a French restaurant, and immediately after I finished eating, I paid the bill. Yes. asked for more. Yes, just like Oliver Twist did, but he wasn't at that restaurant. Had a dessert, Don. That's plausible. That is plausible. That's what I usually do after I eat. I took a nap. Unfortunately, no one got my answer, and my answer was I left. After I finished eating, I left. I did. That's generally what happens. But we have one more for you. All right. Are you ready for the next little bit of game show? Cheese blank. Cheese blank. Let's see what you got now. I know what I'm going to write. I think. Oh, let's see. Has anyone answered my cheese? Cheese hostess. She's hostess. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe Mr. Johansmere knows me all too well because I wrote down cheese hostess. I did. Now you know what a cheese hostess is, darling. Let's learn things. A cheese hostess, cheese plate, cheese sandwich, cheese and crackers. These are all very good. But a cheese doodle. Oh, Alana, yes, a cheese doodle. I think we're going to do a whole show on cheese one day, and I'm going to dress like a cheese doodle I am. But the cheese hostess is someone who works at Hickory Farms. What's Hickory Farms? It's a store in the mall. If you're in 1970. Oh, darling. That's our game today. I'm going to have to send Jimmy Johansmere one of my little souvenirs. Well, I'm afraid, darlings, that that wraps up our show for today. It does. But I do want to mention one thing coming up very, very quickly. It's an important event for Pantocino, who is the company who lets me come online and talk to you every week. It's called The Great Give. It's a 36-hour giving event. It's next Tuesday and Wednesday, May 5th and 6th, and keep our little show going and hopefully our entire company going. We hope you'll remember Pantocino in The Great Give. And if you can't remember Pantocino, remember Victoria Sautee, and she'll remind you of Pantocino, and you'll be giving us greatly before too long. That's right, darling, you will. Now, I want you to stay safe. I want you to wash your hands. I want you to be kind to each other. I want you to have a lovely afternoon. I want you to do something French. Ooh la la. And I want to see you back again here on Thursday for another episode of Let's Learn Stuff.
If you're stuck inside and you need some fun, she's the Grand Dame of Getting It Done with Victoria Sautee.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. How do you turn this off?